Hey, everybody, my name is Anthony Mason, and I'm a real estate agent here in Pennsylvania. If you're thinking about becoming a realtor in 2025, watch this video before you make that decision. Now, I'm not going to persuade you either left or right to pursue or not to pursue. I'm just going to give you raw facts about what it's like to be a real estate agent so you can make an informed decision. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm on my third year of real estate. A lot of times when we watch these kind of videos, myself included, we're looking for the top producing agent that has a resume to back up what they're talking about. And I'll be honest, the problem with that most of the time is the shiny object syndrome. Because they're salesmen, because we're salesmen by trade, it's easy to say things to lure you in, maybe to sell coaching classes or to get more streams or more views. Well, guess what? I don't have that kind of resume. All I have is prior experiences, failures, and successes that I'm going to share with you. Okay. If you're looking for somebody that's no nonsense, straight to the details, straight to the facts and information, then watch this video. Let's jump into it. So I'll give you a little bit of background of myself. My first year, I started off part-time in South Carolina. I was on a team. My team leader had several closings, and she would involve me very slowly. She got my feet wet by showing up to appointments or doing showings or hosting open houses or going to listing appointments. And eventually it turned into she'd pay me a paycheck per transaction that I'm involved in that gets to closing. Um, as I started to pick up things, I began to bring my own clients to the team. Got my own listing from a floor duty call. Floor duties is less and less common nowadays, but what that is somebody's at the office for a certain amount of hours. For us, it was 2 hours at a time. Any prospective buyer or seller that comes through the front door would be mine. That's called floor duty. Nowadays, it could be a phone call, email, text, what have you. So I started bringing leads to the team. I felt confident that I could do it on my own. So I went off on my own full time, um, and I made about $15,000. Now, you're watching this video and you're thinking, that's nothing. That's not what I want to hear. What I want to hear is he made $1 million his first year on his own full time. That's just not how real estate works. Okay. Buckle up, because here's the truth about real estate. Real estate is not what you see on TV. It's not the HGTV. Go out there and get all prettied up for the females and get all jazzed up for the men, driving around in Mercedes and Lexuses and making $1 million. The ones that are making the big bucks spend a lot of time and money, heartache, blood, sweat, and tears, prospecting, putting in the groundwork, going to the office every day, making the calls, writing the letters, following up, got burnt several times, wasted money, wasted gas, got turned down, got cursed out. When you become a real estate agent, you're no longer an employee that gets a paycheck every 2 weeks. You don't get a paycheck until you get to closing. And you don't get to closing until you do the work and make the right steps. But let me tell you something, it's extremely hard and tough to get there. There's a lot of people on YouTube that say it's very easy, and it gets easier. But the truth is, it's not like it was back in COVID. When COVID hit, anybody could sell a house because people were paying 40,000, 50,000 above asking price, and there was bidding wars. So you really didn't have to know how to be a salesman to sell a home. All you had to do was pass a test and get your license. And that might be why you're watching this video and might be want to be a real estate agent, because you saw the hype, you saw the people making money, you saw how easy it is and the freedom that comes with it. Well, let me tell you something, those days are long gone. We're back in a market that's normalized where you have to be an advertiser, a marketer, a salesperson. You have to grind, you have to put in the work to get results. Now, you might be thinking, why should I listen to you? You don't have the resume. Because I've failed. I have failed and failed and failed, and I know what doesn't work. And what doesn't work is the microwave mentality, the shiny object syndrome, where you want things handed to you right now. I can tell you statistically, when you get into real estate, you will not get your first check 6 to 9 months, maybe the whole year. Can you go that long without a paycheck? Do you have reserve funds? What I suggest You got it this far in the video. You trust what I'm saying. You believe what I'm saying. You're invested. Well, here's the solution to start off on your feet and be successful. Start off on a team. Okay. The problem with people like myself is we want to be our own boss. We want to be the head honcho. I don't want to be on a team. You mean I got to be under somebody? I'm my own boss. I want to use my logos and my face is going to be on TV. But what happens is I don't have anything built up. The team leader has spent years building their brand, building their name. Okay. And all you got to do is come in there and do little transactions and learn the ropes and get your feet wet. You're going to make less money starting off because you're going to have to pay a commission split to the team leader and probably your brokerage. Don't worry about the money. Don't focus on the money. If you focus on the money, you'll make nothing. I promise you. Okay? Focus on just doing the work, doing the repetitions, doing the steps. Because as you do that, you'll learn exactly what to say to people. You'll learn how to treat people. You'll be an expert in your market. And then when you get to a place, probably a little further than I was when I went full time, I jumped the gun and thought that I had it figured out. And I had a little bit of traction. I made $15,000. I know that's not a lot, but out of my rookie class, out of all the rookie agents that was in my agent success class, I was the only one that sold that much money. So that just goes to show, you say 15 grand is not a lot. Well, out of a class of 20, nobody else sold anything. That's how tough it is. So when you get to a place where you're comfortable and you have an idea of what it means to lead generate, you have an idea of how to talk and fight against objections. You know how to do open houses. You know about the MLS. You know how to read the market. You know how to do a comparative market analysis. You know the ins and outs of your product, which is real estate. When you have that down pat, leave the team and go be full time. Now, there's different types of brokerages. Okay, you have your corporate style brokerages, your big names like your Remax, your Keller Williams. These type of brokerages, they don't pay you as much of a split, but they invest a lot of time and money in training you to be the best agent that you could be. So it might not be a bad investment. I'm not getting sponsored by them or anything. I'm just saying it might not be a bad investment to start off at a brokerage like that, so you can get the training and the knowledge on how to be your own business owner as a real estate agent. Then when you start making money and you start getting the ball rolling, then you can go to a brokerage that's going to pay you what you're really worth and not take so much of a split. Nowadays, there's 100% commission brokerages out there. The problem is they do not invest in you as much. Their idea is if we're going to pay you more of a commission, we're going to require you to spend more of your own money, marketing materials, buying your own signs and buying your own websites and things like that. They're all different. The point is, if you go to a brokerage that pays you less of a commission split, they provide more to you. So just you have to weigh your balance, weigh the pros and cons. I would start, if it was me, I would have started at a bigger company like Keller Williams. The reason I didn't was because I had an issue. At the time, I was a police officer. I wanted to do real estate part time. I was communicating with a Keller Williams office that was helping me pass my test. I said, look, y'all are helping me pass my test. That's loyalty. I'm going to join Keller Williams because you invested time into me. But then they lied to me. They told me all I had to pay was $150 a month. But then when I get the contract, I got to pay per page to print. Got to pay office fees. I got to pay the MLS. And it's like, so you lied to me. And because I'm a police officer, I don't like liars. So I didn't go to Keller Williams. I went to a different company. Now, I'm not voting against Keller Williams. I'm not doing that because I don't want to get jammed up and get in trouble. You may find that Keller Williams is home for you. I'm just giving you an example. I went to a smaller yet bigger locally company that helped me tremendously get my feet wet and get started. But like I said, what happened was when I got on my own, I didn't have as much traction as I thought I did. And I ran out of my money. I ran out of reserve funds. And it's hard to do this with no money. Okay? That's another thing. If you don't have reserve funds, work a full-time job, do real estate part-time. Don't jump into it just yet, full-time wise. Or join a team. Matter of fact, I would start part-time on a team. This way, you don't have to put in as much work getting leads, getting the business. All you have to do is do what your team leader says. Host an open house on this Saturday. Do a showing on this Sunday. See how it works. Get $1,000 from the closing or whatever they want to offer you. Learn the ropes and then move forward from there. Okay. That's what I would have done. I want you to picture a boulder. Imagine being at the top of a hill, right? You're at the top of a hill and you have this big boulder in front of you and you're trying to push it down this hill. And when you first get into real estate, you're not going to move it at all. You're going to be like, you're going to be struggling to push it just an inch. As you start to get traction, you'll push it forward, but it's going to roll back on you. You'll push it forward, it's going to roll back on you. Eventually, if you keep pushing it, keep growing, and keep building, the compound effect takes place, and the boulder begins to roll forward. And when that does, it picks up to where now you're getting repeat business, referrals, and that's where you want to be as a real estate agent. So when you first start off, the biggest thing is to not give up, is to stay in the field, stay on the grind, don't give up. It'll happen. There's an ungodly amount of agents and a percentage of agents that quit within the first couple of years because they don't realize how hard it is. Don't be that agent. You're watching this video for a reason. You want to be an entrepreneur. You have the heart. You have the mindset. Don't be that agent. Okay? It's going to take a lot of work. I've spent the money on personalized cups and I've spent the money on personalized business cards, and I've spent the money, I got an office. I have, postcards. I got everything. It just takes time. And my business is growing. So I made this video for a couple of reasons. One, it's unscripted and it's raw. Okay? I want you to see the realness and reality of real estate. Secondly, I want y'all to follow my journey. By you seeing that I'm an agent that's on year 3, that's still trying to get the ball rolling. Because remember, let me go back, then I'll come back to this. That 1 year of full time, I ran out of funds, so I had to go back to part time. That really stunted my growth because now I stopped putting time and attention on lead generation and building my business. I had a closing here or there. I sold some land for $72,000, and then I sold another house for $250,000. So I made an $8,000 check. But that's not enough to live off. And so here I am now, year 3, back into it full time, basically starting from the ground up again. I relocated to Pennsylvania, and I'm starting from the ground up again. But what it's doing is it's building character. Because if anybody can start from the ground up and build it into something, it's me. I have the mindset and I have the hunger to do it. And I believe you do too. That's why you're watching this video. So back to what I was saying, I made this video for a couple of reasons so you can follow my progress and see and grow with me. We can grow together. Okay. Secondly, you can see it's real, it's legit. I'm not a salesman that's trying to sell a coaching class that says, "Ooh, look at this. If you do this, you'll make millions of dollars. Buy my class." No, the reality is save your money. You need the money to buy postcards and flyers and use gas to go travel out to properties. Don't buy a coaching class. And I'm not asking for any money. I just wanted to help somebody that's thinking about getting into real estate. Do it. Get into real estate. Don't quit your full-time job just yet. Join a team, learn the ropes, go out on your own. When you begin to make great money, then go to a brokerage that's going to pay you more of your commission split. Then the rest is history. I love y'all. Thanks for staying tuned. I know it's a 15-minute video. Hopefully it helped somebody. Don't be discouraged now, but know it's going to be hard work, and it's going to be uncomfortable work. Are you okay with calling people on the phone and getting hung up on and cursed out? Are you okay with people saying, "Leave me alone, I hate y'all"? Are you okay with your friends not giving you business and calling and using somebody else as their real estate agent? It's a tough business, but you can do it. You can do it. I love y'all, and I'm going to try to make more videos to help out the newer agents because we're all in this thing together. I'm Anthony Mason, Pennsylvania's Realtor, where I move mountains to move you.